There you go. Welcome Thursday live chat. Okay, I have to do something, making sure that my audio is working. Let me see. Just give us a second. All right. Welcome to our Thursday live chat. This is Chris. This is a Chris and Jill live chat where we are talking about different things about entrepreneurship. Again, I'm Christopher, 2022 Business Person of the Year, and we created this show for serving the global community. It's a conversation of growth, success, and progress. This is just me and my co-host for today. The vision of the company for today, is to build a world-class digital global space where mentors and coaches share learnings, education, and programs to enrich knowledge, skills, and mindset of entrepreneurs from all around the globe. The mission is to educate, empower, and inspire the global community of entrepreneurs and build also a generation of thought leaders and influencers and dream builders to create and support a digital network for present and future entrepreneurs. I will be co-hosted today no other than she is a serial entrepreneur, community leader, and a business coach. She has a great passion for writing, entrepreneurship, social media management, personality development, and public speaking. She's a licensed occupational therapist and runs her own company, Excellence Therapy Solutions, here in Dallas, Texas, and the co-founder of Jill and Jag Couture. She actually has a recent award this year. I'm very excited to talk more about that. And currently the chair of the Philippine American Chamber of Commerce, Dallas Fort Worth. She was the former editor-in-chief of the Asian Beat newspaper. Let us all welcome my co-host for today, no other than Jill Lasaka.
Good morning, Chris. Rise and shine from the beautiful city of Dallas, where dreams do come true. It's so nice to see you. We just saw each other last Tuesday for your the soft launch of your company, and I think that was a great experience. And here we are bringing the conversations back to where it matters to our audience. So I'm very excited. It's been an amazing weeks of events and connecting and networking. So I'm very excited to talk about that today. How are
I,
you?
I'm good. How are you doing from the long trip in Las Vegas?
Las Vegas, always there's something about Las Vegas. They say that's a city of dreams, and
Mhm.
the wild dreams can do come true there. But beyond that, I think it's the opportunity. There's a lot of Filipinos there, Chris. And
Mhm.
we were very honored that the Jill and Jag Couture, which I co-founded with designer from London, Miss Jagger Anyate, we were invited to be part of the first Asia Pacific Fashion Week.
Mhm.
And this event draw almost 6 or 7 fashion designers from the Asian American community from all over the world. From Milan, there's several from the Philippines, and someone from with Japanese influence also participated. So it was a great platform, and we were very honored. And as you can see, there are some of the photos that we've shared there,
Mhm.
and so we were very honored. And the theme for this event was a repurpose. Chris, in the fashion industry, fabric can be easily used, and but it's also very important to learn to understand that we put on so much waste. And the mission of our company is really to reuse and this fabric, and create a beautiful and wearable arts. And Jogger has specialized on couture, and we were very excited when we were able to showcase that before an audience of almost 250 guests from mostly from Los Angeles and from Las Vegas. So we had the opportunity to really showcase that, Chris.
Mhm. So let us go back again. How were you guys invited to this event? Can you tell us about the
Yeah, so
experience?
there is a process. I think the organizations look at designers that has a body of work, and they want to showcase that, and they really want a platform, because I think their mission is really to provide upcoming designers that need platforms, and we know that fashion shows are really a platform where you can showcase your creations. And it was a great honor for us to be invited and join an elite group of designers
Hmm.
and showcase our outstanding work for the year.
Yeah. Have you always been in fashion?
You know, Chris, I love fashion. When I was
Hmm.
young, I've always admired the Vogue editor, Anne Winter. I thought she was the most powerful woman in America during her time. And even now, she remains one of the most
Hmm.
influential women. I think she has brought her sense of style and her understanding of how we what we should wear and how we should how we dressed. And fashion really permeates everything. It's one of the last frontiers that's really an equalizer for all of us. Every one of us loves to dress. And when I get to meet Jogger, I get the opportunity to really understand fashion in a deeper sense, that fashion can be used also to raise money for certain projects. And our mission is really to uh, represent the Filipino culture and heritage on the global scale. Chris, at
But
the end of the day, we
mhm.
as citizens, we need to be able to represent our culture and our country. And I think the work that Miss Jogger has created really represents, some of the finest work of art, bringing together some of the most interesting fabric from Mindanao. And one of our mission is really to promote
Yes.
the Mindanaoan silk. Are you familiar with that, Chris?
No, I'm
Mindanao.
actually. It's actually right now a cultural education 101. What are the materials that have you guys been using? And tell me more
Yeah,
about
so
this. Hmm.
that's what we've been trying to connect with an industry there, the mulberry farming, where
Hmm.
they create this Mindanaoan silk. If you really look at the fashion industry of India and Thailand.
Hmm.
India is famous for their sari, right? And then Thailand is very famous for their Thai silk. And so Filipino has been known for its Filipiniana terno for women and
Hmm.
Filipino barong. And some of the fabric that has been used have been from pineapple and abaca. And the
Hmm.
Mindanaoan silk is very special to us because me and Miss Jogger comes from Cagayan de Oro. It's a city located in the northern Mindanao, and
Yes.
there is a small area there that where this industry of mulberry um, worms are being raised and cultured, and some of the products produces the Mindanaoan silk. And we
Hmm.
would love for the world to showcase, for us to showcase this on a global scale. Because for one, Chris, it's not just us making clothes for our customers and make some profit there, but we are also trying to give job opportunities to people behind the industry.
Hmm.
And I think it's important that we do that, Chris.
Exactly. Especially right now, I think it's very important. There's with the situation with the pandemic and all of this that are happening, it's always important to look on the opportunities that we can provide. Because here in the US, we have jobs, but in the Philippines, especially in that area, uh, labor is very important. And also, it helps to aid the family since we don't have government benefits.
Right. And as we research on the industry, they do need help.
Mm-hmm.
And as an American company, we would like to do our own share of promoting their fabric and how we could transform those fabric into beautiful wearable arts for special events. And I think that is where um, as a company, we want to create those linked so
Mm-hmm.
that we can support our and sustain our company, but at the same time, create and open opportunities for our Filipino workers there that needs help. They need support, and I think the way we would want to do that is, by using and promoting them on our global platform, Chris.
Yes, and what are the challenges that you encountered
Oh,
pulling out this fashion week?
yeah, the fashion week, the preparation is very intense, Chris. You really have to have a lot of energy and focus, and the idea, the creative idea, it
Mm-hmm.
really requires commitment to excel. Hindi lang it's not only like you just wanna produce something. So the
Yes.
creative process that Miss Jogger has to go through to really create and
Mm-hmm.
promote a themed, and this year, as I've mentioned, the theme repurpose,
Mm-hmm.
where we bring the some of the fabrics that we have not used in other, and make it into part of a new fabric, and to create such
Yes.
a
Mhm.
wearable arts.
Yeah, that's why. Also, I can't imagine how many luggages you have to bring
Yeah,
to Las
especially.
Vegas.
And like, and you understand how it is, because you are a small business entrepreneur yourself, and with
Mm-hmm.
us, it takes funding, it takes resources, it takes connection to really bring our work, and travel, and find the connections to and present it in such a positive way that that's good for our brand. And
Mm-hmm.
but on the bigger picture, we take those challenges, from funding, from building the connections,
Yeah.
from promoting and closing the deal, as part of the learning process, Chris.
Mm-hmm.
And I hope that this will strengthen us as an entrepreneur.
Yeah, because it's an art of communication. Because sometimes people are so obsessed with their product and services, but
Yes.
somehow you can close a deal by having a good and charismatic personality
Yes, and
department.
the other
Mm-hmm.
thing too, we've I've from my experience, my biggest takeaway from the fashion event is that you realize that the world is indeed big,
Mm-hmm.
of a big area for networking.
Yes.
At
Mm-hmm.
the Las Vegas fashion event, we met several officials from the state of
Mm-hmm.
Nevada,
Mm-hmm.
and many powerful and influential leaders in the Filipino American community in Las Vegas, and I saw their dedication, I saw their commitment, and so we had, from that experience, we were able to connect with other organizations that are very excited to coordinate and collaborate with the Jill and Jag for future fundraising events. So, indeed, great things happen when you work hard, and when and when you push the boundaries, Chris. And I know that it's such a challenge physically and mentally, and it can be exhausting, but at the end of the day, that's what we're fighting for. That's what
Mm-hmm.
we're pushing for. We want our company to be successful. Like you and me, we know it takes a lot of discipline, dedication, and commitment for excellence to be where we should be.
Yeah, I know. And then the show must go on no matter what the hurdles will be. Sometimes there are internal and external factors. Like right now, it's knowing you don't have to know a lot of almost everything, but you have to know a little bit of everything how it works.
Right. And the other thing too, I think to have a team is very important, Chris. And
Mm-hmm.
you know that
Yes.
nothing is ever accomplished in this world without a great team of
Mm-hmm.
leaders, a great team of creative minds, and it really takes a lot to put things together. The challenge is there. It's really up to you how to convert that challenge into an opportunity for your company.
Yeah, there's not going to be the perfect time.
Yes.
What you have to do is to have the right mindset and always look half
Right.
filled glass rather than half
Yes.
empty.
Mhm. And then we're also very excited because on October 27, the Jill and Jaco tour will be at the Houston
Oh
for a
yes.
fundraising event. It's a
Mm-hmm.
nonprofit organization, and they are using fashion show again for to raise money for scholarships and for the educations of less fortunate Filipinos. And
Mm-hmm.
again, this is an example of how a company can really connect and
Yes.
collaborate with other organizations so
Mm-hmm.
that we can.
I lost you, Jill. Your audio. Did I lose? Jill, I didn't. I think we're having an audio issue, Jill. Okay, guys. What are your takeaways? Please comment below. Welcome to our live chat as Jill is still working on her audio. This is how businesses are. You have to run the show no matter what. Okay, I lost Jill, and then this is a one-man show now. Thank you guys for attending. Okay, she's back. Let me try again. Jill. Okay, the audio is not there. Something went off to your audio, Jill. Okay, try. Yeah, I you lost your audio. Okay, guys, this is we are having an exciting conversation. Let me try again, but more than moving on, we are also thankful for the recognition on the soft launching of Wycotax. That's what I'm going to share with you today while I'm waiting for my co-host. Uh, having moving from one city to another, it is not easy. It's always going to be uh, challenges along the way, getting to know the people that you're surrounded with. This is very important for everybody to realize that being an entrepreneur or running your own business, you have to adapt with changes. Changes in terms of the people, in terms of the environment. Like here from when I remember when 2010 I started my own company, I never realized that Texas is more on Hispanic community, 93%. I thought I'm okay to do business as in accounting. There are so many challenges like the communication barrier because I have to learn basic Spanish. Also, the same thing is your educational background. Since I don't know taxation in America, I don't also know how registering a business, and then most importantly is the communication barrier. So those are all the difficulties and challenges that we encountered. But you know what? If you have a bigger why, there will be it's the easier the how, and it will never be, you don't need to see 100 miles ahead in able to start. You just need to know your reason and your why and take the first step, because every single steps will take you to hundreds of opportunities out there. Just keep knocking on doors, but always never doubt yourself, and never believe your doubt, and never doubt your belief, because doubt kills more dreams rather than failures. Okay, there you go. We're back. Jill, let's do the
Chris,
audio,
thank you. Sorry, technical difficulties can happen,
right?
so that's what show is all about. But anyway,
Mm-hmm.
I'm very proud of you, Chris, because you just had a successful launch and for your company. And tell us your journey a little bit. What brought you to your business from being a successful nurse, and tell us the transition. What was those pivotal moment that made you decide that this is you'd rather be your own boss rather than working for someone?
Mm-hmm. I think when you realize that you are less fortunate than others, that's where you started to really dream of something. It all boils down when I was high school, 14 years old.
Mhm.
eh, that life is not fair for everyone, but at the same time, it financially, that when I was in the first year high school, I'm just using all the old clothes of my older brother, and also the same thing that I saw my friends, they've been dropped off by their parents with their cars. They
Right.
can go to McDonald's whenever they wish to. I always ask myself why why can they afford it and we cannot. Then eventually, Jill, along the way, I tried to apply in Jollibee, in McDonald's, because I want to have a free burger and French
Right.
fries. Because you
We
always
all
find a
do
way.
want that free burger.
Yeah, the free burger. Because I realized when you're working with the fast food chain, they give you free meals and even discounted meals. Then from that time point forward, I never uh I never got hired. It was like one frustration after the other.
Right.
I remember like even my friend, she's not even applying. She just went for the interview for with me because she doesn't have to do on that day. Right? And then
Right.
after 2 weeks, she was the one that they hired, and then they rejected my application. It
Mhm.
was very devastating when you are a 14-year-old trying to
Yes.
make for a living. Then you know what? That was the time that we have a school project in my friend's house. We had this thesis. Do you remember when you do your group project, you stay over in one's
Right.
house?
Hmm.
That was the time that his older sister, she was the one asked me, "Do you want to change your life, or
Mm.
you want to do something and make a limited potentials for this kind of business?" And that was I was introduced in the art of selling.
Right.
From that point forward, I never looked back to really look for another job in KFC or Greenwich. I just have to keep selling. Then it becomes my lifestyle every time that I
Hmm.
have to sell the sneakers to cell phone to my teachers, to my students, to my classmates. And then you started to realize the power of interest, the that you
Right.
can make your money out of your own time and out of your own investment. But sometimes you don't look for money first. You have to look for people that have the resources in terms
Right.
of the training and knowledge. And I
Yeah,
think,
Chris, what's
mhm,
interesting also is how you've been able to transform that frustration and those rejections into life opportunities for you. I think the truth is some of the greatest people who've lived in this universe have gone through some of the worst tragedies and some of the most horrific experiences, and I think they've never stopped living. They've used those opportunities to propel them, and I think you're on your way to doing some great things for in the community, and I'm proud of you, and I think it's such a powerful lessons that all of us can learn.
and you know, Jill, people, the entrepreneurship and being a business owner, it's a never-ending cycle.
you know
It's a never-ending cycle that what people would assume that, oh, when I get 3 5 years I can retire. I
no.
think retirement is a mindset. What you have to think that
Yes.
entrepreneurship, it's a lifestyle. You're gonna wake up early, you're gonna stay late, you're gonna work harder and smarter, always think how you can serve others.
Right.
I remember yesterday I had a dinner with Kuya Rob in here in one of the Filipino
Hmm.
restaurants. He was saying that, which is also aligned to what Oprah said before. You need to be a person of service.
You have to.
Yeah, it's not just like hard selling because people want to get to know you,
Yes.
and when they get to know you, that relationship can build trust, and then
Right.
through trust can form any business idea or business relationship in the long run.
Yeah. And what I'm a strong believer that in anything that you do, in any business that you take, relationship is key to that. Relationship with your customers, relationship with your team.
Hmm.
Because everything, if you build a great name, if you serve the community, if you that follows, their patronage of your services, of your product will follow. And building that relationship takes good timing. It takes an investment, so it's really important to learn those basic fundamentals of connecting and building relationship as very key to a successful business or a business endeavor.
Yes, and also I want one thing that we have to realize that competition is always going to be part of your journey,
Yeah.
internal, external. But what Jack Ma once said, you have to respect your competitors and use your competitors as motivators.
Yeah.
In other words, do not be envy, do not have bitterness against them. But what you can do is learn from them.
Right.
Check what are they doing that you can improve. Check the things that negative reviews that they have, and then try to come out with that, because those clients that did not go back to this company, you might get them as a client, but you
Right.
have to very particular what are the things that they don't offer and then you offer. And then also never look back. When you There are only things you cannot control. Yesterday, things that didn't work out, do not look back. Focus on the present and then prepare yourself for the future.
Right. And you know what? Building on what you were saying,
Mm-hmm.
at the end of the day, whether it's life, whether it's business, it's all about building the bridge to the next journey. It's sustaining and thriving now at present,
Mm-hmm.
so that you will have a bridge to your next venture, to your next customers, to your next relationship. So that's very important to have that perspective. And like what you said, business is a lifestyle, it's a mindset. You're going to go through a lot of challenges. I have gone through a lot of challenges through to in starting the business, but you take that as with a grain of salt and use that, convert that challenge into an opportunity. And as a coach also, I think the best competitor that you need to compete is yourself.
Exactly. Because you always have that inner struggle, this
Hmm.
voice within your head. Like, for example, when we are putting this company, this branch of my company here in Dallas, it sprouted from the COVID times.
Yes.
Because let me take you back. How did I get to you guys? The Philippine
Yes.
American Chamber of Commerce, I will never known you, this organization, if without there's no virtual meetings,
Yeah.
because prior to COVID, we did not utilize as much as virtual meetings. We want to be
Yeah.
engaged. But during that pandemic, when it was announced on April 2020, we are all locked down.
Yes.
But the question is, what are you gonna do about it? Because even those are external threat. You cannot do anything about it. You cannot have mixers in person. You cannot even buy your own groceries and anytime you want. So what I said, okay, this is a one situation, but the result will be different solutions. What I'm gonna do? So I asked my team, can let's go out there on the email, check all the Philippine business organization that have Facebook page, like Chamber of Commerce in Dallas, Houston, Austin, name it. We
Hmm.
have like 100 plus membership. We follow each one of them, and then I bump into your page, the Philippine American Chamber, that you guys have this virtual
Right.
meetup. Then from there, I was able to connect because us as Filipinos, there are also cultural connections,
Yes.
right? Me, and then I joined there. Then I met Miss Rowena and then other Filipinos that
Yes.
also have a full-time job as a healthcare worker. And I said, hey, I'm an operating room nurse. And then they said, oh, how did you do it to become an accounting company? And I said, it's just about never-ending learning process. You
It
always have to
is.
have that learning attitude. Then I said, hey, I'd like to be a member. That's why, and then Miss Ruina paved way, the chairwoman of the Philippine American Chamber of the State of Texas. Then I that was the first time, I think on October, right? I'm not sure, Jill, when you guys have this
Our
person
first
meet up.
event was last year. That was the first event post COVID, and the
Carrollton.
Philippine American Chamber of Commerce. We're very honored, Chris, that you're part of this organization. And I work as chair for this year for the chamber, for the
Mm-hmm.
Dallas Fort Worth. I work along with outstanding board of directors and executive officers, namely Bing and Sally and
Mm-hmm.
Mel. These leaders, along with the entire board of directors, really work hard under the leadership of our state president, Ms. Rowena Waters. And we want to be the voice, Chris. And I think it was really an opportunity. It was a perfect time when you reach out to Ms. Rowena and you get the
Mm-hmm.
chance to connect with me. And
Yes.
we both, right away, we both know that we share the same values, the same perspective. We want to do something good about our business, and in the process serve the community. And I was very excited. We met at our first event for the Dallas.
Carrollton,
Yes,
right?
our
And
first networking. It was one of the biggest networking we have in Dallas, and we were able to And again, that's where the voice, as an organization, we want to be the voice, and through our networking events, through our educational workshops, we want to strengthen the community. That's
Ex-
the goal, that's the mission of the chamber.
exactly, talking about is strengthen the community, because when we were there, we need people like ahead of us. The
Yes.
like Kuya Gas. I was remember we went to her to their house,
Yes.
Miss Ethel, and then Kuya Gas' house as a mentor, and then how it all
Mhm.
started with the Chamber of Commerce. And those people, we cannot do it by ourselves.
No, no.
Like what Jay was saying, Jay Aquino from the Austin. If you want to go if you want to go fast, do it alone. But if you want to go far and be sustainable, you have to go further. You want to have a team,
Right.
do
And
it
Chris,
together.
yes, and building on that statement, it's a, it's always okay to go, go forward alone, but at the same
Mm-hmm.
time, we have to realize that it takes a village, it takes a family of leaders to help you.
Mm-hmm.
And that is where I think the Philippine American Chamber of Commerce comes. We are a family that of leaders and professionals, and we help each other. We support each other through each other's events and networking. And I think you're joining us, and us helping your official soft launch of your Dallas satellite office is really a testament of that working together, of that collaboration.
Yeah,
We as an organizations wants to see you succeed, and knowing that when you become successful, you are able to give back to the community through our organizations.
exactly. Actually, I would like to share you this, that pulling off the ribbon cutting, the being part of the chamber happened on the adversity, and that's what you see the opportunity. That's why these are life lessons that become your stock memory. Any type of challenges will become your
Mhm.
motivation to grow and jump higher,
Right,
because in life when you have adversity you hit rock bottom,
right,
but always remember that rock is a strong foundation to
mhm,
go up, because that's the only direction you can take.
right. And
And
the
then
other thing too is, putting an event like what we had last Tuesday of a networking and a soft lunch, that takes a
yes.
lot of resources, that takes a lot of leadership. And I just want to take special mention for the
Mm-hmm.
event chair, for that Miss Bing Lim, that really put her heart and mind into it. And other people including Rob Raroki, we had a team that really helped you and made that happen. And I'm so proud that we have such great leadership team within the organizations, and the commitment to help and serve and be the voice for the community.
Actually, yes. This it's an 8 hour drive, and then actually being there was one time that I really admire her leadership and her enthusiasm to pull this off. She
Yeah.
actually drive back and forth in one day. That was I'm not sure if it's Saturday or Sunday, because she forgot something in Austin that she has to drive back and forth.
Okay.
And then that's why I really like admire when you are surrounded with people that are dream builders and
Mm-hmm.
action goal oriented. You just going to be uh, copy their energy. You will just be influenced by their energy, their
Right.
enthusiasm, and to be more, become more. And that is what passion is all about.
Right.
That's
Mm-hmm.
why that's why I'd like to also acknowledge Ricky Jefferson, because he's our platinum member, and also
Oh
Irby
yes.
Gonzalez. I'd like to share what my takeaways with this, because on the event, remember, Jill, it was raining on Monday. We have a flood
Yes.
warning on Monday,
It
right?
was raining that day too.
It was raining heavy. I was asking God, like, I mean, I know, God, that when it rains, it pours, but do not literally take it, because we have an event
Right.
on Tuesday. There were like 115 guests. Then Irby, I invited him. He's a serial entrepreneur as well. And then he was calling because he was there are flash flood warning,
Mhm.
and then he said, oh, I'm still gonna go no matter what.
Right.
And that's what it takes. He came all the way from Corpus Christi. It's a 6 hour drive, but
Right.
he find time. He asked for a day off just to be in the event.
Mhm. Right.
And that's why no matter what it takes, you should be the just do it person.
Right. And the greatest one of the things that we have also to appreciate is the fact that it's really about leadership in the community. And I think when you see competent and capable people that gives their time and then their
Mm-hmm.
resources selflessly, that's the true sense of service, Chris. And I think I want to commend everyone that has been part of the Philippine American Chamber and their commitment. We are also blessed that the Chamber has great mentors, including the founders, Ms. Ethel Mercado and Gus
Yes.
Mercado. And, previous chairs like Ms. Marina Carrion and Elna Maliare, and, the state president, Rowena Waters. These leaders have really pave the way for many of us, for the next generations, for the present generations,
Mm-hmm.
to really understand that leadership is about giving your time, giving
Yes.
your talent, giving your ideas, so that we can strengthen the community. And I think when the more that we see people that's going to give out and volunteer their time to make and strengthen the business community, then we will have a more successful event.
Exactly. Actually, Ricky, one of my takeaways from him is sometimes you don't get the support from your friends
Yeah,
and to be your moral compass or to be your business
right.
support. He was saying there was a point on his conversation, or he was there was a part of his speech that he, his community even turned back on him in terms of his business. So that's why, what are you gonna do about it? But he's a person with passion and with the heart
Yeah.
of helping people.
Mhm.
Then one thing I learned about my mentor, he was saying, Chris, if I have a question for you. Let's do statistics. How many people that you do you know more? Are there people that you don't know rather than the people that you know? So I
Mhm.
said, well, I know more people that I don't know. So statistically, you have to focus on the people that you don't
Yeah.
know because
Mhm.
you have the higher chance to be
Mhm.
convert them as your customers or
Right.
strategic partners or mentors. Do not focus on the people that you do know, and do not have any grudge against them if they don't support your idea.
Right. And
Let Mhm.
also remember that your family and your friends can be your most difficult critics, and they
Yes.
can, unless you make sure that you are on the same page with them, they can also offer challenging criticisms about you. But the true winners are never the ones that listen to the criticism. They're the ones that run away with the criticisms and dash further, further journey with excellence. And to me, at the end of the day, when someone closes the door, you always have a choice to create a window or open something, a door. Um, because no one can will do it for you. You have to do it yourself. And I think you and me, we both share that passion that when people say no, we take that with a grain of salt, we move on, and we continue to create and enlarge ourselves. And I think what Rick was saying, about some of the people in the community, his own community, was that
Mhm.
open to the ideas is because maybe the lack of education. So
Yes.
um, opening up more doors of empowerment, and educating them about the kind of service that he's going to be doing. I think that hopefully that's going to change minds and open hearts. And the same thing with us, we have to continue to forge on, build on our community, but continue to enlarge our circle of influence, because
Mhm.
that at the end of the day, that's what life is all about. That's what leadership is all about:
Yeah.
serving and building on our community.
That's the reason why no means next opportunity, next one,
Yes.
no, never stop, keep knocking on doors. And because of that opportunity, speaking of, before we forgot, congratulations to your Asian Journal Award. Can you tell us about this award by the Consulate of
Yeah, so
LA?
this award was given by the Asian Journal
Mm-hmm.
based in LA and the office of the consulate in Los Angeles. It's really just a testament of the body of work.
Mm-hmm.
And these awards are really an affirmation of that I am doing something good for and I'm giving back. And but on the other hand, it also raises and elevates the desire to continue to give more and share more. But at the same time, it's also important to take time to really understand that the legacy at the end of the day, it's what we do creates that legacy. And when we're mindful, I'm very mindful of what I want to leave behind, to others and the impact that I have. I think that's when people notice that. And I have tried to be very consistent with my commitment to help others, to empower and inspire others. And I think that's where, the award came from.
Mm-hmm.
I think that the lives have changed, the women that I have empowered, and the
Yes.
community that I have made an impactful contribution. I think that's where the recognition comes. And Chris, it's really both an honor and a humbling experience, because you realize that although you get recognition for good things, there's still much work to be done. And
Mm-hmm.
it just continues to inspire me to be better than
Yeah.
yesterday.
That's why they said you just be a man or a woman of service, and everything will fall and align.
Yes.
Do not search just to earn bigger amount of money, but earn what you are passionate
Right.
about. Follow your path and then your dreams.
Yes.
And then it reminds me of my mom when she was saying, "Can you still do it on 2020?"
I know.
About running this business, because COVID situation shut down a lot of businesses.
Right.
But I said, "Mom, I'm not thinking about the things I cannot control. What I'm thinking about is in celebration of your 65th birthday."
Right.
And that's why when you have that, always just focus on your goal. Always focus on the people and the things that inspire you, because that is something you can control,
Right.
right? So that's why I said this, what I'm looking forward is this October, I'm going to be in the
I
Philippines,
know.
and
Good
we will.
luck. I hope you get to have a great time. You know,
Yes.
when my mom got sick, Chris, I really made sure that I want to be there. And I know that this is going
Mm-hmm.
to be a special moment and family time for you, because at the end of the day, even our busy life, we really need to take a time for ourselves and our family. That's all also the reason why we work hard.
Yes, and that's something that you cannot that's something you cannot replace. The time
Yes.
that you have with your family, but every year. That's why I said I there's so many bigger challenges, but I have a bigger the biggest why should
Yes.
I do and what am I doing? It's not just the financial freedom, but more on the time freedom,
Right.
where you can take and do your business everywhere you go, and making sure
Yes.
make the most out of the situation. Again,
Well, I'm excited with your trip.
yeah. Oh my. Yes, I am too, and I'm looking forward for more opportunities.
Yes.
It's always going to be a wonderful day, and we just have to live our life with gratitude.
Thank you,
All right.
Chris.
Thank you, Jill. Thank you very much, guys. What are your takeaways? Please comment below. Let me know. And if you want to know more, just contact us if how to grow and scale up your business to the next level. Again, I'm Chris.
I'm
This
Jill.
and I have my co-host Jill. We would like to see you and talk to you soon. Have a wonderful day ahead. Stay safe.